He looked like any other elderly man, quiet, modest, and forgettable. He wore flannel shirts, drove a used Toyota Yaris, and carefully folded his receipts. He lived in a small home with no frills, clipped coupons from the newspaper, and often fixed things around his house with duct tape and determination. To his neighbors, Ronald Read was just another hard-working American. A janitor. A gas station attendant. A man who never asked for much and never seemed to want more. But when he passed away at the age of 92, something astonishing happened. Ronald left behind an $8 million fortune. Not in debt. Not in taxes. In actual investments and assets. Everyone was stunned. His friends, his family, even financial experts couldn't believe it. How did a man who never made more than $12 an hour become a multimillionaire? What was his secret? There were no lucky lottery tickets. No inheritance. No side hustle empire. Ronald wasn't born into wealth, he built it, quietly and consistently, while living like he had none of it. This isn't fiction. This is a real story, and it holds one of the most powerful financial lessons of our time. And here's the most incredible part: you don't need to be rich to follow in his footsteps. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need to be a genius. And you definitely don't need to make six figures. If you've ever wondered whether wealth is out of reach, if you've struggled with money or felt like it's too late to change your financial path, this story might just be your wake-up call. Because Ronald Read proves something the world rarely talks about: you don't need to look rich to become rich. You just need patience, discipline, and a little bit of knowledge. In this video, we're unpacking the full story: how Ronald grew up with nothing, the brilliant habits he used to quietly build wealth, and the moment the world discovered the fortune he had hidden in plain sight. This isn't about flashy advice or trendy investments. It's about the small, boring, overlooked moves that, over decades, build something incredible. So if you're ready to learn how a broke janitor outsmarted an entire generation of financial experts, stick around. Because this might be the most powerful money story you'll ever hear. Chapter 1. The humble beginning. Ronald Read was born on October 23, 1921, in Dummerston, Vermont, into a family that managed a modest farm. Growing up during the Great Depression, life was anything but easy. Resources were scarce, and every member of the family had to contribute to make ends meet. From a young age, Ronald exhibited a strong work ethic. He walked or hitchhiked 4 miles daily to attend Brattleboro Union High School, becoming the first in his family to graduate from high school. This determination and commitment to education set the foundation for his future. After graduating in 1940, Ronald enlisted in the United States Army during World War II. He served as a military policeman in North Africa and Italy, experiences that instilled in him discipline, resilience, and a global perspective. Upon his honorable discharge in 1945, Ronald returned to Brattleboro, Vermont. He began working as a gas station attendant and mechanic at Haviland Service Station, a position he held for about 25 years. His dedication and reliability made him a respected figure in the community. In 1960, Ronald married Barbara March, a customer he met at the gas station. Barbara had 2 teenage children, and Ronald embraced his role as a stepfather, even financing their college education. Tragically, Barbara passed away from cancer in 1970, and Ronald chose not to remarry, focusing instead on his work and personal interests. After retiring from the gas station, Ronald took a part-time janitor job at J.C. Penney, where he worked for 17 years until 1997. His commitment to work, regardless of the position, exemplified his humble nature and strong character. Ronald's lifestyle was marked by frugality and simplicity. He lived in a modest house he purchased for $12,000, drove a used Toyota Yaris, and was known to mend his clothes with safety pins rather than buy new ones. His hobbies included chopping wood, collecting stamps and coins, and frequenting the local library and hospital coffee shop. Despite his modest means, Ronald was an avid reader of the Wall Street Journal and other financial publications. His interest in the stock market was not widely known, but it played a crucial role in his financial journey. Chapter 2. The Secret Investor. While Ronald's outward appearance and lifestyle suggested modest means, he harbored a secret passion for investing. He developed a disciplined approach to building wealth, focusing on long-term investments in dividend-producing stocks. Ronald's investment strategy was rooted in simplicity and patience. He avoided investing in companies he didn't understand, such as technology firms, and instead concentrated on blue-chip companies with a history of stability and dividend payouts. His portfolio included shares in companies like Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, and Wells Fargo. He practiced a buy-and-hold strategy, reinvesting dividends to compound his wealth over time. Ronald maintained a diversified portfolio, holding stocks across various industries, including healthcare, telecommunications, public utilities, rail transport, banks, and consumer goods. At the time of his death, he owned shares in at least 95 different companies. Ronald kept his stock certificates in a safe deposit box, with the stack reportedly reaching 5 inches high. He stayed informed about his investments through diligent reading of financial newspapers and materials from the public library. His frugality extended to his daily life. Ronald was known to park in spots without parking meters to save money, and he often dined at Friendly's, where he would have a simple breakfast of an English muffin with peanut butter and a cup of coffee. Despite his growing wealth, Ronald never flaunted his financial success. He continued to live modestly, and even his closest friends and family were unaware of the extent of his fortune. Chapter 3. The Big Reveal. Ronald Read passed away on June 2, 2014, at the age of 92, at Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. His death marked the end of a quiet, unassuming life. However, the contents of his will revealed a staggering surprise. Ronald had amassed a fortune of nearly $8 million through his disciplined investing. In his will, he bequeathed $4.8 million to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital and $1.2 million to Brooks Memorial Library. These donations were the largest ever received by either institution and had a profound impact on the community. The hospital used the funds to support a $22.7 million expansion, naming the new wing the Ronald Read Pavilion in his honor. The library, which had been affected by local budget constraints, was able to enhance its services and resources significantly. In addition to these public donations, Ronald left $2 million to his stepchildren, caregivers, and friends. He also donated a historic phonograph and a collection of drums to the Dummerston Historical Society. The revelation of Ronald's wealth and generosity stunned the community. Friends and neighbors who had known him for years were unaware of his financial success. His story garnered national attention, highlighting the power of frugality, patience, and disciplined investing. Chapter 4. Lessons from Ronald Read. Ronald Read's life offers valuable lessons for anyone seeking financial independence and success. Live below your means. Ronald's frugal lifestyle allowed him to save and invest consistently. By avoiding unnecessary expenses and focusing on needs rather than wants, he was able to accumulate wealth over time. Invest in what you understand. Ronald avoided complex investments and focused on companies he was familiar with. This approach minimized risk and allowed him to make informed decisions. Be patient and consistent. Ronald's buy-and-hold strategy, combined with reinvesting dividends, exemplifies the power of compound interest. His patience allowed his investments to grow significantly over decades. Stay informed. Ronald's habit of reading financial publications and utilizing the library's resources kept him educated about his investments and the market. Give back. Despite his modest lifestyle, Ronald's generous donations had a lasting impact on his community. His philanthropy demonstrates that wealth can be used to make meaningful contributions to society. Ronald's story challenges the notion that wealth is only attainable through high income or inheritance. His disciplined approach to saving and investing proves that financial success is achievable through consistent effort and smart choices. Conclusion: Ronald Read's journey from a humble janitor to a secret millionaire is a testament to the power of frugality, discipline, and long-term investing. His life serves as an inspiration to anyone who believes that financial success is out of reach. By living simply, investing wisely, and giving generously, Ronald left a legacy that continues to benefit his community. His story reminds us that true wealth is not about flashy lifestyles or material possessions but about making thoughtful decisions and contributing to the greater good. If you found Ronald's story inspiring, consider how you can apply these principles to your own life. Start by evaluating your spending habits, educating yourself about investing, and setting long-term financial goals. Remember, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you save, invest, and give back. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories and financial insights.